Yeah, so we're obviously just touching on your account values and how valuable they are, and we're talking about Steve's TikTok that went viral talking about buying the accounts. It's probably better for you to talk about it in a hustler sense because Trumpy-wise, it's hard for us to value what your sports bet account's worth. I mean, like, if it was legal and in reality, I would buy heaps of sports bet accounts for $1,000. Like, no brainer.
If you could never get banned.
Yeah, no brainer. Yeah. But what do you think? What is it? What is an account worth to somebody? To a basic match bettor that understands maybe a bit more than the free course. What's an account worth to a Hustler Platinum?
Well, it depends what account, but let's say the main ones like Sportsbet, Ladbrokes, Tab, PointsBet, Neds, those kind of Bet365, those 6, they're the ones you kind of want the most. I mean, if each account can make you a couple of hundred a week. Roughly, like just say that you got a whole set of accounts, total of like 20 bookies or so in Australia, you're probably looking at about $1,000 a week profit if you're doing it kind of semi-properly on a Saturday, maybe a bit on a Wednesday as well. So, I mean,
that's fairly achievable though. Like we're not talking, you don't have to be genius. You're not straining.
Very basic
you're not straining
stuff.
yourself.
Obviously, it depends on what time of year it is. Whether you're smashing the horse promos or whether you're going towards the sport in the winter months with rugby and AFL. But I guess it's hard to answer the question. We always ask it. It's like ask that guy who's made 100K right in 12 and a half months. How much he would pay for platinum? That's just one question. But then how much he's made? Let's say 2K a week on average, and that's all come from one account or one each.
Set of
so
accounts.
It really depends. If you're just going to go and smash promos, your last 2 weeks, the account's useless to you. But once you have that defense and sustainability in your head and you have the ability to make money, then you suddenly your account's worth way more. And we said this in the TikTok. It's like, hang on, well, someone's like, well, isn't the value in the user not the actual account? And 100% it's correct. Like if I gave you a piece of art, right, and said paint, and you're just useless, same as me. But if you're Michelangelo, like the skills and that art piece is worth way more. So once you can combine the fact that you can actually use the promo with the skill, then it becomes super valuable. But I would say like, I don't know, a sports bet account for me, I'd probably pay, not that I do it anymore, but I would probably pay up to like 5K for one. Just because I know that I can sustain it and keep making me money. And as long as that account's alive, it's valuable and it'll just keep making me money. It's kind of like a dividend share, like it's just going to keep paying me money every week if you're doing it properly. So it's a hard one to put an exact figure on it, and I guess it comes down to your experience and your ability to want to win, I guess. I'm not sure if that answers your question, but at least 1,000 per account. That's a minimum. But
yeah, so I guess like some of the comments were that no way, that's cap. Like how can you make that money? And I mean, with the DMs that we got, I was replying to them, telling them, like we run a profitable horse tipping service. If you have all these accounts, you can be making 400 units a year or whatever, for example. And then well, how much is a unit? And then I'd say the average unit probably for Trumpy guys is around $25. I'd say on average, it was probably $15 in October, and now it's probably around 25, just because guys are building their bankrolls, they're staying on longer, and as they make more profit, they increase their unit size. So that's what we encourage people. Some people start at $5, some people start at 10, some people have bigger bankrolls and start at 30. But they grow, and as they keep making money, it's like, well, so if you do have this account and you're making 30 units a month and you start at $10, that's $300 from your set of accounts. But then once you've made that $300 twice or 3 months in a row, you've got $900, and your initial, 1,000 that you had is now 2,000. Now you can go to $20 units, and you're making $600 a month for doing the exact same thing, right? And then in 3 months' time, you go $30 units, and then, you go to like $900 a month for doing the exact same thing that you're doing 3 months ago with a bigger bankroll. So the value of your accounts, I think also you just need to think about it in a time sense. And the reason why we're like, everyone's going to jump at $1,000. Of course, I'll buy the account for $1,000. I'll sell it today because I get $1,000. And it's like, you can get $1,000 today, but if you follow with $10 units, which most punters would be able to do, in 3 months' time, you can be making $8,000 a month, with these accounts. So why would you sell them all when you can be making all that money?
It's back to short-term, long-term mindset. I know one of you guys who's actually platinum now, he follows with $200 unit size. Ask him how much his account's worth. Like he made 5K on one of your big days, like in a day, like 5 hours on Saturday. And he's aiming to make like over 80K this year, combining obviously Hustler and Trumpy. And it's like, like
it's just hard for people to understand
Yeah.
why they're so valuable. And the other thing as well, definitely, I'm sure it would be an issue with selling Hustler with regards to like match betting, but for Trumpy, and we had someone call us out on TikTok the other week saying, you know, show us your slips, not your tips. And first of all, like everyone wants to know the tips, not the slips.
normally
Do you know what I mean? Like no one wants slips because they're run.
They're done.
They're done. Run and done. Like you can't make money off the slips.
Yeah.
And it's like we can show you hundreds and thousands of bet slips that have a green tick, right? And this is what everyone, you know, we can move on to this next topic. Everyone is obsessed with green ticks in all those Facebook groups. But if you just get an understanding of, you know, get out of that short-term mindset, right? Sure, we have green ticks, but think about in 3, 6, 9 months' time, if you keep following these and making money off the tips, because everyone goes, show us the tips, show us how many winners you get today, who are you backing race 5 today. It's like, bro, it's irrelevant. Like, if you understand what we're doing here, we don't care about today. We don't care about last Saturday we made 20 units. That's done. We don't care about Wednesday we made 3 units. It's done. Like, don't look at us at a day. Don't look at us, who we tipping race 5 Flemington. Who cares? Like, that's not how this works.
It's so hard for us, it's so easy to understand and it's so, like, obvious.
Yeah.
But man, you say that to someone and they're just like, oh, like, it's like they can't wait. Like, I need a winner now, otherwise I'm fucked.
Well, they jump on the live and they're like, I'll sign up if you give me the winner. Yeah, Flemington race 2. And it's like, what? That's not how our service works, man. Why do you want one winner when we can give you, you know...
Yeah, like how much you're putting on that
units.
winner.
Yeah, we'll give you 400 units in 12 months.
Yeah.
Or do you want one winner right now?
Yeah.
And everyone's going to go, yeah, just give me the tip right now. Like,
and then, like...
and I wanted to touch on the, you know, the green tick psychology and all those Facebook groups. I know you get a lot of hate in some of those Facebook groups for saying, you know, don't bet this way. You're never going to win money long term, you know. And some people win a multi and then they'll start tagging you now and be like, hey, JP, I told you can win making multis. And it's like, man, like, show me your whole betting statement. Like, how many of those bets have you put on to win that one? Like,
yeah, you're in a chat actually.
Yeah, well, there was one chat that I was in, and there were all these guys talking about that. You know, they're like, let's get this punting group so we can all have we can all come from different angles, and we'll build multis or we'll bring our expertise together and we'll start making money.
Yeah. And
I was in there for about 3 days, and without a word of a lie, I think one bet won. I'm not joking. Like one actual bet won.
How many bets were getting placed?
Everyone was there would have been
like
30, 40, 50 a day. Like it was crazy. Like this NBA game, the next same game.
How many
multi,
people? Like 10.
Big Bash. There was like 12 people in there. You know, Big Bash is on tonight. I've got an NBA multi on tomorrow. Like
when a group comes together like that, I think you actually end up losing 4 or 5 times more than you would by yourself.
Mate, some guys like I am the table tennis king. Like I'll put together this multi, and it's like you know you're not, mate. Like you don't know anything about these guys playing table tennis in the Ukraine tonight. Like why are you betting on that?
What about the guy that actually said he had a goal for the year? I think he said he wanted to make like 50K.
Yeah, there's one guy that said he wanted to make 50K, and someone asked how did you go with it, and then he posted like 2 bet slips, and he was plus about 48K.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if you just look at those bets, like, amazing. Like, they're great bets, whatever. They're not even good bets, but they're great wins. Great wins, all right? Great wins. And then the guy goes, oh, so you're almost at your goal. And then he's like, I was, but I bet it all back. He's like, I've got $163.23 in my sports bet account now. And the photo before had, like, 51,000 in sports bet account. So it's easy to post your wins, which you see all the time in these groups. This is the thing,
like, they only see... Like, you could get some... clown who doesn't know what day it is.
Anyone could win one of them.
$20,000 bet, right? And you could say, follow me for tips. There would be 1,000 people writing F or in, like,
straight away,
adding into his group.
Send
like,
me your tips tomorrow,
what
bro.
planet could you be on to actually follow a guy who's betting like that? And it's like saying, I'm going to go follow you because you won tattslotto. I'm going to follow your numbers on your tattslotto numbers next week. It's like, man,
identical to that.
There's no fucking...
And the part that blows my mind is that instead of, for example, like everyone always says, mate, you know, give us your tips for free. I don't want to subscribe. And it's like, no, the reason they cost money is because they make money in the long term.
Yeah.
But these people don't want to subscribe. Like, I'm not going to pay for tips. Why would I do that?
It's like an ego.
But instead of that, they'll see that monkey post that sports bet slip, and they go, mate, what's your tip tomorrow? And they'll put $25 on that instead of buying our subscription.
For a week,
and that's not going to win.
No.
That tip will not win. That guy's put on 500 of those bets.
Yeah.
Finally won one, and he posted in there. And these people don't want to part with their money to make guaranteed profit that is backed by, if we don't make profit in the month, we will give it back to you. So we'll give the money back to you. They don't want to do that. They want to follow that guy that posted that massive multi-win that will not win another one guaranteed.
Yeah. You put a TikTok out about this and like kind of trying to work out what it was that causes that mindset. I think you're right. You hit it on the head. It was like, you said it's ego. Like they don't want to pay someone else because they think like you're gaining from it. Therefore, like, oh, that's bad.
Yeah,
like,
if you're making money, I don't care if I'm making money because you're making money.
Because you're making money. I don't want to pay
that.
you. So it'd be like saying, oh, I don't want to fix my tap because I don't want to pay the plumber. It's like, well, hang on.
Yeah, so I'd rather it just leak a little bit because
legit.
I'm not going to pay him to fix that.
Just keep letting your tap leak or your toilet leak and smell like shit because you don't want to pay the guy. So it's like, as well as that, I think it's very Australian culture, like especially young. They call it tall poppy syndrome, and I actually got introduced to this idea by someone who I've never heard of it until now, but it explained a lot of the stuff that I get attacked for on TikTok. And it's the fact that, hey, if you were making so much money, why would you need to sell a course or why would you need to sell tips? And it's like, well, hang on a second. If I sell you my course that I've lived off or I have the skills for, you're not losing. I'm winning, you're winning, and the bookies are losing. So what does it matter if you're paying me if you're winning? And the same goes with your service.
Yeah, well, that's what I always say. Like, if we're not making money, if the people that are paying us, if we don't make money, first of all, we would owe lots of these people a refund. On top of that, if we're not making money, they're not going to stay.
Yeah.
So how could we grow from 100 to 200 to 300 and have people staying on if we're not making money? No. Like,
you have
please explain to me how that would work.
And second to that, it's like, why does it matter if you're getting paid from it if people are making money? Like, there's a complex around people being obsessed with not wanting to pay anyone for something, and I don't understand it. I think it does come back to that ego of, I don't want to pay for it because I want to beat it myself.
Yeah, I think some of it is that. I just think, people just don't like seeing... The reality is people just don't like other people, it doesn't look like a genius. They're saying they're not smarter than everyone else. Why are they doing it? Why can't I do that kind of thing? And the other reality is, like we said about the green ticks, is they don't... Even if I tell them they're going to make, if they're a $50 punter, if I say you're going to make $10,000 in the next 6 months if you follow our service, they don't care because they're like, well, I'm going to have to put in, 5 hours a week.
Yeah.
I'll just put on a $50 multi because I might get $5,000 in one day or $10,000 in one day.
But they're not doing that once. They'll do it for the next 50 weeks 10 times and they're down.
But that's the part. Unless they're willing to, jump in at least once or try something out, they're just going to be stuck in their ways. And unfortunately, the reality is, like you always touch on, the gambling industry makes like $15 billion a year. It's
probably increased now.
Like, it's not, but that's not by luck.
No.
Like that isn't because people wake up tomorrow and go, you know what, I placed 10 same game multis in the last 2 weeks and they all lost. I'm going to stop betting now.
What was the figure Kuro sent out to us? Was it 200 million on advertising last year?
Yeah, in Australia.
200 million on advertising.
Yeah, on paid ads.
So what that means is like they will send out like Sportsbet sending out some guy who's hit a 10-leg multi and made 50K, right? Or just missed.
Yeah, of course.
But that post will generate probably $500,000 in rev just from the post.
Well, you see those, the Sportsbet do it a lot now. They just post the green tick multi, look at our punter of the week, whatever. Tab do it as well. And then everyone sees that.
Straight onto bet.
Goes, they've only picked 4 correct scores. That's a piece of piss.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a correct score multi
or 3
on
horse
tonight.
winners at $8 odds.
Yeah, they're all like, that's so easy.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Put 20 on
and
it today.
everyone will do it.
Multiply that by 5,000, you've made 100K.
Even if that bet did cost Tab 50K, they would make more than 50K just off that post.
Yeah, they'd make it in the first day.
That person winning has actually made them more money than, and everyone would think, they're taking money off the sport book. No.
Yeah, and it's like you'll get a post on like Sporting Multi, one of the groups on Facebook. Even the guys who actually they'll do 30-leg multi and 1 leg will lose, and everyone will just comment on it and be like, "Fuck, so unlucky, man!"
Yeah.
And then they'll go and place their own bet. So that person should be getting commission off Sportsbet for posting that for them because they're actually advertising for them and making it so. It's just psychology. Like when you're obsessed with that easy way out, quick fix, wanting to get the quick payout instead of looking at the long term. Like you said, I'll guarantee you're going to make 10K in 6 months of $50 units following our system. Like, I want to go and place a $10 bet because I want to make 5K today.
And that's when you must think that it can't be about like money. Like it can't be. No. Because if I'm telling you you're going to make $10,000, but you're going to have to be structured, you're going to have to be disciplined, and you're going to have to do this, and this. It's like, nah, man. I'll just put a multi on.
Yeah, it's a disease of impatience and also obsessed with big payouts now. Like, obsessed with, like, I could make you 500 a week, right? Forever. But you want to make 10K right now, tomorrow. You can't accept, like you said, I don't know. I can't comprehend it because I've been out of that mindset for so long.
It's like what we spoke about with Kuro the other day as well, because $500 doesn't sound like life changing. If you win a 15, 20K multi tomorrow, that sounds sick.
Yeah.
If you make $500 this week and then $500 for the next 10 weeks, that's $5,000.
Yeah.
But if I told you you're going to get $5,000 in 10 weeks, or are you going to try and get $5,000 tomorrow? Everyone's going to try and get $5,000 tomorrow. And the difference is, in 10 weeks, if I make $500 a week and I've got my $5,000 in 10 weeks, you're more than likely not going to be minus 50 from your one multi. You're going to be
minus 2K.
Or minus, even if you're minus 500.
500, yeah.
We're still 5,500 difference, and we both had the opportunity to do the same thing 10 weeks ago. That's the part that...
And it's going to keep
That's
separating.
the part that people just don't think about and
they
don't
don't
understand.
think about long term. They're just obsessed with now, tomorrow, the next tip. So, yeah, I mean, it's a problem not only with this, but like anything, investing, like people want to find the next crypto coin. They want it now. Oh, my mate told me a share's going to go 20 times next week. It's like, mate, it's not going to go 20 times.
Yeah, it just won't.
Get out of that mindset.
It's just not going to happen.
There's no easy way out.
And because people chase that, I think that's why it's so easy for people to start losing money and then continue to lose money without really realizing how much money they're losing. That's why I would love people, even the people posting their 2K wins, and everyone going, send me your
whole
tips.
Statement.
Like, please, literally, please post me your whole, not even all of your accounts, just show me your sports bet. Guarantee,
for the last 2
even
years.
that sports bet that you just won 5, 10K on, it's not going to be in positive. It won't be.
You can tell sometimes from the boost. So because I know how the accounts work.
If they get like a 20, 30% boost, it's like, that must be a massive
correct.
If
you've got an account that's an $8 multi and it's boosted to $9.50, you just know that account is losing because they don't give
going
those
to like
accounts.
8.20, 8.30.
Correct.
Yeah. Or even if you can have, some people as well have those like singles bets.
Yeah.
Where they have like
power ups.
Yeah. Or they have like a $500 power up on a greyhound. And it's like, man, anyone in their right mind gets 500
10K.
max and
Yeah, someone posted, I think it was one of the guys, I can't remember who it was, but he had $500 bet returns from Sportsbet. And it's like anyone with a $500 bet return,
they're not a winning punter.
They are literally not even a losing punter. They have lost thousands. Like that account would be worth 10K just
so instead of seeing that winning bet and being like, that guy's a genius on his tips, you should see those bet returns and go, that is alarming. Or even those other ones where people have like 30 leg multis, like 20 to 1, and they've got like $1,000 on it.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, you have $1,000 on 30 different legs. That's the part people don't understand.
Yeah.
You need 30 things to win, and every single one of them you have your $1,000 on.
Yeah.
What?
It's tough to understand.
And those people, if you like break it down for them, it's like, all right, Rafael Nadal's playing right now against someone in the first round. He's paying $1.01. Would you put $1,000 on it to win $10? Most people in their right mind are going to go, no way.
Yeah.
But it's like, but I won't do that. But yeah, I'll put him in a multi with 29 other ones where you would not say yes to any of them.
Yeah.
So why would you do that? Because one of them will lose.
That's a good way of putting it. I've never thought of it like that. But
one of them will lose.
Yeah.
And they're sensible enough to know that if you're going to do it on a single, there's no way. So why would you put that in your multi for the same stake?
If you stop and think, none of it makes logical sense. And this is a problem, not just with betting. Like anything you think about in the world, if you think about it logically, sometimes you wouldn't make the same decision. But if you think about it like without even thinking about the long term or the consequences, you just go make the decision, put the multi on. It's like, because you just almost like programmed to just keep doing it.
But they do sometimes consider it, like after it loses, they go, I can't, bet regret, they call it. Like, why have I done that? Like what? But then if you don't act on it or you don't change the way that you just keep doing it again.
Yeah, the thing I would like to add to this, if you are watching this and you've got like losing accounts, it is super valuable now for you because you can actually have way longer sustainability. Like, because if your account's losing, a lot of guys in Hustler have come from losing backgrounds. Like that 100K guy, I won't lie to you, he was a massive gambler prior, and that's probably half the reason why his accounts are still going. He had massive credit card debt. He's paid off multiple credit cards with that 100K that he's made, but his accounts all came from kind of mug betting background. And if you're someone who has that mug betting history, you are at a massive advantage to a new account or someone who has minimal history. So I guess maybe you could use your losing as a positive to then start winning and use that to the advantage
it's still
of
better
yourself.
than the alternative, which is to keep losing.
Correct.
I mean, if you're going to look at option A, option B.
Well, yeah, you're literally sitting on gold mines. If your accounts are massively losing, you have like literally assets there to be used.
And if you're sick of losing, instead of trying to punt to chase it, you may as well do something with a bit of structure and get a better understanding and use it to your advantage. You've obviously made all the mistakes to get to where you are now.
Yeah.
If you can use that to get an advantage or a leg up trying to go back the other way.
Yeah,
or trying to turn it around.
You're never going to come back the other way. It'll just get further and further.
For sure. Well, that's why they're in the position that they're in. So